What up, my peeps? It's your Knucker Big Rucker, and I am back with another action figure review, this time courtesy of Marvel Legends. We have, from the X-Men wave, the Bonebreaker Build-A-Figure wave, we have Sabretooth in his early appearance. I say early and not first because this isn't completely accurate to his first appearance, and we'll go over that. Later in the review. But it is his early appearance. You're looking at him in his packaging, and your first glance, and we'll go over first glances when we take a peek at him outside of the packaging. But just initially, you're seeing that he's kind of he looks frail for Sabretooth. You know, from far away, you might think that this is Wild Child or something like that. But no, when Sabretooth made his first appearance in an issue of Iron Fist, I can't think of the issue number, but he wasn't drawn as large as we've come to know him. He wasn't drawn definitely as large from left to right, and he was taller than Iron Fist, but considering Danny Rand is only about 5'10", that's, you know, don't take much when you're talking about comic male characters. For the record, Victor Creed, that's his government name. Victor Creed is 6'6", and he definitely looks 6'6", the way he's drawn today. We will take a peek at some of his other iterations later in this review. But right now, we're going to talk about this version of Sabretooth. So you see what he comes with. He has no accessories of his own. Everything he has is for Bonebreaker, the Build-A-Figure. So we'll take a look at his artwork on the side, which is looking pretty doggone good. It's mimicked on the other side. On the back, you can see more of it in its full glory. And of course, you got the read-up, which is with keen senses, a mutant healing factor, and 0 moral restraint. Sabretooth is a dark reflection of his arch nemesis, the mutant hero Wolverine. Below that, you have the figures in this wave, and next to that you have Bonebreaker, the Build-A-Figure, and of course the figures in the wave. They're numbered to let you know what it takes to build Bonebreaker. Wolverine is not needed. So going back to the front, taking a look at Sabretooth in packaging one last time before we get him out of packaging. You all heard that. That's what happens when you record a video with the window open. Hey, it's hot. What can I say? Anyway, we're about to get Sabretooth out of packaging and see what's the what.
This is Hulk. Hulk friend Ruckus asked Hulk to come here to talk to puny human. Ruckus say you come, you watch, but you don't subscribe. So Hulk here to tell puny human, subscribe, or Hulk will smash. Hulk friend Ruckus, good friend, good channel. So like, share, subscribe, do what Hulk say, please.
Since Sabretooth comes with no accessories, we'll take a look at the Build-A-Figure parts that he does come with. This right here would be the part of Bonebreaker that merges his upper torso with his tank. You see the hole where that torso is going to come in at. It's got some decent paint apps in there, so that's pretty cool. Next up, we do have the looks like the exhaust engine right there. This will go somewhere on the rear of the tank portion of Bonebreaker. This is I guess we'll have to wait and see what this is. But yeah, Sabretooth comes with 3 parts to Bonebreaker. So here we have Victor Creed, aka Sabretooth, on our rotating platter, giving you a 360-degree visual of the figure. And at first glance, my first glance is out of packaging. He doesn't seem as frail as he appears in packaging. He's got a little size to him, nowhere near the size of any Sabretooth that we've seen in action figure form before, but he's bigger than he initially appears. So that's a good thing, because even though he's not as bulky, he should still be a taller figure, if you will. So I'm glad that's happened, and he's sporting his traditional colors. This mustard orange type of color, and the browns, and Hasbro made sure that they actually painted his claws, his nails, both on his hands and his feet. That's one of the things, speaking of his feet, that is inaccurate to his first appearance. He wore boots in his first appearance, so he has been drawn with open-toe feet before, but he wasn't drawn that way in his first appearance. Everything else is the same, with the exception of his eyes. If I'm not mistaken, he was drawn with just white pupilless eyes in his first appearance. So it's interesting that Hasbro went this route with Sabretooth's head sculpt. But yeah, anyway, we're going to get him off of the platter and get a close-up look of him. So here we have an up-close and personal look at Sabretooth, first appearance or early appearance Sabretooth. And we're going to take a look at that head sculpt. So let's get in closer for that. So here we are looking at Sabretooth's head sculpt, and I mean, if there was ever a diabolical expression, this is it. Good Lord, even without the pupilless eyes, that's something else. But imagine if the eyes were pupilless. So, but yeah, looking pretty good. That grin, coast to coast grin that he's got, the sideburns, his hair's looking real nice there. Oops, got out of there. So yeah, his hair is looking real nice there. And what am I trying to say? If they used, and I'm sure they did, photo reel for this, I'm telling you, it's great that they started using it on the comic characters. It really does something when it comes to expressions. It even does something when it's neutral vanilla head sculpts. But this is great right here. It's looking real great. Going down, keep in mind that his fur collar is loose. It's just attached, and he's got the brown there, the mustard. He's molded in the mustard color and painted the brown. So you got that. Looking at the arms, he's got that fur, and there are the nails and the hands. Everything else is the same. Basically, go down, he's got the same thing going on. And like I said, his nails on his feet painted. Looking at the back, same. And yeah, so that is our Victor Creed, aka Sabretooth, up close and personal. Looking at his articulation, Sabe's head is on a disc hinge, so he can look down that far. He can look up that far. He has the tiniest bit of attitude there, and of course he can rotate 360. Arms, he can move it out to about 90 degrees and swivel, same way. Bicep swivel, double jointed, pinned. He gets no love when it comes to pinless. He's not pinless at all. So double jointed pinned elbows. He's got the wrist rotation and the hinge, both sides. Torso, he can crunch that far forward, that far back. He's got a waist swivel. He can do the splits that far out. He can raise his leg up 90, a little bit more than 90. Back not so much. He does have thigh rotation. He's got double jointed pinned knees. He can point his toes that far forward, that far up. He does have ankle pivot and, of course, peg holes at the bottom of his feet. Here we have, for some comparisons, some of Hasbro's previous offerings of Sabretooth. We have on our right, we've got Sabretooth from the Apocalypse Build-A-Figure wave, and you see the similarities in terms of the mane, the collar there, and then of course on our left we have Sabretooth from the Wolverine series from way back, Puck Build-A-Figure wave during the days of the mini Build-A-Figure. So you see those differences there. As far as our Sabretooth in the center from the Bonebreaker wave, the reason he doesn't seem as frail and fragile as when I first saw him in box, he's on the Grim Reaper buck, which I remember when that buck first came out, its claim to fame was that it was a little bit beefier than the Bucky Cat buck. So I think that's a pretty good use of that buck here. But I know the comparison you guys really want isn't those other two. It's of this guy. And yep, you see it before you all this time, and I still haven't opened him. I haven't opened any of this Age of Apocalypse wave because my intent is to increase and expand the Age of Apocalypse display that I already have, and I'm going to need to come up with a different way to display, get all the characters in that display. But I guess now's as good a time as any to open him, huh? And here he is. And boy, they really went in on the Age of Apocalypse Sabretooth. He is absolutely huge. We all knew that from any videos, reviews that we've seen prior, that they went straight oversized on this cat. But that's how he was drawn during that run. He was drawn very large. So they're just trying to adhere to accuracy. But there you have the early appearance Sabretooth next to Age of Apocalypse Sabretooth. Here's Sabretooth alongside Iron Fist. This isn't the costume that Iron Fist wore then. Back in the day, he had this big old collar. Hasbro still hasn't served up that version of Iron Fist. We do have this version though right here that was from Toy Biz, and this is how he appeared when he first went up against Sabretooth, when Sabretooth looked kinda like that. And here's Sabretooth side by side with the other two figures in this wave that I've reviewed. You've got on our left Siren, and on our right Heat Claws Wolverine. And you can see that Sabes still has some size, but then again we're talking about female buck, and of course the Wolverine buck, which has always been smaller than the typical adult male buck. So yeah, there you have it. So please forgive my feeble attempt at replicating the cover of Sabretooth's first appearance in Iron Fist, but it was close to that. But obviously, like I said earlier, this version of Iron Fist, it wasn't him. It was the original version with the big 70s collar, and of course Sabretooth also was a little bit different, where he had boots instead of the open toe socks, I guess they are. Anyhow, to sum it all up, I love the fact that we got we'll call it early appearance Sabretooth. The head sculpt is bananas, even though we don't get pupilless eyes. That would have been nice if we got an additional head sculpt showing that aspect. The paint apps are pretty cool with the painted nails, both hands and feet. Gotta love that. He's used on the Grim Reaper buck, so even though he's smaller than what we're used to, this is the first appearance of Sabretooth. So it's apropos that he's smaller because that's how he was portrayed. And a use of the Grim Reaper buck, I think, is perfect. The only con that I have is, of course, the pupilless eyes. It would have been nice if we got another head sculpt, but we didn't. We didn't get any other accessories either, so that's another con. That other head sculpt would have been nice. I guess we didn't get any other accessories because Sabretooth did come with 3 parts to build Bonebreaker. So, hey, I guess that's what the budget called for. Anyhow, I'm going to budget the time on this review and call it a day. Thank you guys for rocking with me. Please like, share, and subscribe. And definitely hit that bell if you want to be notified for the next time I upload another video. Thanks again. Until the next time, my peeps, remember, the hunt continues. And I'm out. Peace.